Erickson. They beat Pulaski, and it's 1-1, 8:32 left here in the first period.
What a great pass by number 13 right out in front. Give Garrett Henderson 2 gloves and a stick. He'll make a move around the goaltender like a filthy MacGyver.
Across the line is Faust with a chance. He scores! He snipes it over the right shoulder.
It's the Chill Coaches Show.
You ready for Buffalo Wild Wings on Wednesday?
I will be there with a smile, and I believe in our guys, and happy to answer any and all questions.
Rick and Scotty are talking puck with Coach Hamry and Coach Dagenhart, Chill players, and even the opposition on Wednesday nights from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Wings, beer, sports.
Now, live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska, where it's family night. Here are 2 guys that believe that the NHL 2012-13 season really exists on their Xbox 360s. Rick Franke and Scotty Graham.
Yes, we do believe that the NHL season exists on our Xbox 360s.
That's the only way I can see it right now.
It is the only way you can see it. Welcome to the Chill Coaches Show, live from Buffalo Wild Wings on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Both coaches are here, Coach Hamry, Coach Dagenhart. Busy weekend for the Chill. Played 2 games on Friday and Saturday night, and then a game hosted, a rare game on a Monday night against the Austin Bruins. It was a busy weekend. It was kind of a roller coaster ride, a great Friday night, then a not so great Saturday night, then in a couple of periods, a great hockey on Monday night, but fell just short as the Austin Bruins exploded a bit in the third period. So 1 win, 2 losses on the 3-game series this weekend, the Janesville Jets. Coach Hamry, let's talk a little bit about the past 3 games, things you were happy about first, and then some things that you obviously are working on in practice leading into the series against Janesville.
Really pleased with the 3 games. The energy, the compete factor in different periods. Certainly the Friday night game, a little bit of an offensive explosion if you look at our season offensive production. We scored 5 goals in strong team defense, real strong, energetic team play. Saturday night we were in a game, real good tight game going into that third period, and had not played, in our opinion, our best hockey. Certainly respect the opponent's game, but we didn't feel we'd played up to our potential periods 1 and 2 on Saturday night, and so unfortunately fell just short in a game that certainly had our opportunity. Monday night with Austin, they're a real good, real veteran team. Boy, that was an exciting first couple of periods, up and down hockey, some physical hockey, some nice goals scored. Veteran teams have a way of figuring out how to get things done, and they got things done in the third period. And for our club, things that we're working on in practice, talking about that process of learning how to win. Our roster is 2/3, ballpark at 3/4, 2/3, a lot of first-year guys, 10, 15 games of experience. Austin's roster is very veteran. They've got a lot of experience on their roster. And so we're certainly in practice talking about working on team play, execution of puck movement, of getting the puck in deep, of putting the puck in holes, direct passes when it's there, indirects when it's into an area that we can win races to, how we can possess the puck, how we can share the puck, as well as defend as a team. Our team play, as that process stages itself to learning to win, learning to beat the other team, not beat ourselves. The old Jack Nicklaus advice to Tiger Woods. A lot of his majors, he just made sure he didn't beat himself, and the competitors fell by the wayside. We need to learn to beat opponents and not beat ourselves. And real proud of how our guys are practicing, and enthused, inspired practice today, and a little recap on the weekend for you.
You know, Coach, you talked about that game on Friday night, which was absolutely spectacular, and then you get into Saturday, and like you said, it didn't look like you played your best hockey Saturday night. Do you think is there a reason for that, you think? Is it just a learning process for the guys, or just something, maybe a matchup issue in certain areas, or what's your take on that?
Well, if you got both coaches here separately, we might give you similar answers. You get 20, 25 players on here, you might get similar answers, a little bit more variety. Everybody has an individual take. You bring in 1,500 fans that follow the Chill or watch games, and you might packed house might have 1,500 different opinions, and so young kids playing the game hard, 17 to 20-year-old players becoming young men. and there's a little ebb and flow to their emotion. We're working on as coaches how you mentally prepare every night to play at that same high level of compete factor and play. And we're working with our guys, and they're learning that, and they're understanding, hey, this isn't major midget hockey anymore. This isn't high school hockey anymore. This is a league that men play in, literally, and it's an outstanding level of play. And so how you don't ride the highs and lows, I have that same even keel, steady mental strength, mental preparation, compete factor night in and night out over a real long, strong schedule and season.
This is the Chill Coaches Show. That's Coach John Hamry giving his take on things. You just heard Scotty's question. We, of course, have family night going on. $1.99 off the kids' menu. Bring the family down here. We're going to talk puck until 7 o'clock. We want you to come join us. Nicole's here, too.
Yeah.
And, by the way, she's got some tickets to give away. Family 4-packs. You got 2 of those, correct?
2 of those, yep.
2 of those. And you've also got some
a couple T-shirts and a couple
CRSN stuff,
hats.
yep. So you're going to be making some trips around, talking to some of the folks here, giving away some freebies. Come on down and join us. Those of you that can't make it down tonight, we're glad you're with us on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Now, Coach, 7 points separate third place from last place. I hate to say it, we're in last place right now. Just 1 point separates us from Minot, who we're going to be going to see over the Thanksgiving weekend. Just 2 points separate us from Aberdeen, and then when I talk about third place, that's Bismarck, who had a couple of big games here recently and have started to turn things around. We've seen a lot of Austin. We've seen a lot of Brookings. They also have very, very good records at 13-3-2 for Austin, 13-4-0 for the Brookings Blizzard. Now, when we look at our opponents, overall, our combined record of the opponents we faced is 91-65-12. We've faced 9 different opponents. Janesville coming up this weekend, 123 wins for their opponents, 87 losses, 27 overtime losses, 12 different opponents. These are a bunch of numbers I'm throwing out. Now, the past 3 games, we were 1-2. We averaged just over 2 goals per game, and we in the last 3 games for Aaron Davis, who hasn't been in the lineup, you look at his goals against average, 1.96 with a .945 save percentage. Is Aaron injured? How come he hasn't been in the last 3 games?
An issue internal to team and team rules. Aaron was on the ice today practicing hard and with purpose, and we'll leave that to an internal team issue.
Okay, all right. Obviously, when you look at those numbers, you know his stats the last 3 games have been good. So when you're a broadcaster like I am, people ask you questions. Where's Aaron? How come he's not in the lineup? Obviously, you have certain things you're discussing with him, and it has nothing to do with injury or anything such as that.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. Aaron's a member of our team, and internal team issue that we'll handle internally. He was on the practice sheet today, practicing with purpose, as was all the rest of the players on our team and in our program. We're real proud of. You mentioned some statistics. I can promise you I won't say all those statistics pregame on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
I do not subscribe to paralysis by analysis.
I know you're not. It's not about numbers for you. I know that.
But what you're pointing to is our team has been real close against real good teams in our division and in our league. Mm-hmm. And our team is comprised of a lot of first-year guys, and I don't want to make that an excuse. It's a reality. And it's our charge, it's our mission, it's our opportunity to work with some pretty special young men as an entire team and help them mature, help them grow, forge that team identity. That's our opportunity, that's our mission, and that's what we're working on every day in practice. Our team defense is comprised of 6 players on the ice at any one time, even strength. It's comprised with 20 players in a lineup on a given game night, and that means that forwards have to forecheck defensive side of the body. We're asking guys to block shots in the slot, at the point, regularly every night, and that helps in terms of overall team defense. Team defense is a goaltender and net. It's the defensemen and the forwards on ice, and it's team play 200 feet of the rink. So those are the things that we keep focusing on, emphasizing as we keep building our team and team identity.
Yeah, Coach, the game on Monday night against Austin, I thought, the team came out with a lot of fire, especially in the first 2 periods. And then in the third, you talked about a veteran team kind of finding their stride a little bit. Austin really turned up the physical game on you guys in the third. I mean, do you appreciate some of those learning lessons for the guys as far as, you talk about them growing into men as hockey players. I mean, is a game like that, do they take a lot away from that and what they need to do to, gain a sense of semblance for a victory?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you respect every opponent, Minot's a team that recently beat Austin in Austin. I believe a day or two ago they beat Bismarck in an exhibition game. Certainly don't know anything about exhibition, who's in which lineup. But I respect every opponent on every night of our schedule, and it's naive not to. But you certainly take away lessons of your own team play in situational play. We want to be strong physically. We need to be strong physically. We think we have a good blend of speed and skill. Sometimes strength is the second 4 months in the weight room is different than the first 4 months. Keeping our guys fresh mentally, inspired to come to the rink and practice through a 7, 8, 9 month stretch of time certainly is an opportunity of our coaches keep practices fresh and fun and coming to the rink for the guys. So there's lots of dynamics that play into it that on a Friday night or a Saturday night or a Monday night third period, yeah, we need to be strong and physical, and we take away elements of that period that'll make us better moving forward. Absolutely.
Were you happy with the fact that a lot of the guys were really, I thought, and I think Rick would agree, they were a little bit more opportunistic with how they were taking their shots. They weren't hesitating. It seems like it's getting better every week where they see an opportunity and they're going for it now, where, sometimes I think trying to make the pretty play as opposed to the simple play was something that was probably going on earlier in the season. Do you guys see the same thing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about shot selection. Early on, a lot of shots, high, wide, hitting glass on the net, really frustrating as coaches, and it starts an opponent breakout. Backhand passes to nowhere's land in the slot that starts an opponent's breakout. You might have the third assist on an opponent goal on a 2-on-1 or 3-on-2, 1 against. And so how you learn to win games is you learn how to hit that mid-pad of a goaltender on a wide lane. You can't get to the net. You got a defender in between you, but you make sure you commit to getting that puck on net, maybe off the goaltender's middle pad. Maybe you've got a near-post net drive. You've got a wide-side slot, a little bit higher net drive that mid-pad rebound can kick out to. And if once every 5, 6, 7 times that turns into a goal, or a goal-scoring opportunity for a subsequent rebound, maybe you've generated an extra goal and a half to 3 a game. You're playing the odds of smart play, hitting the net. We want to encourage our players to be aggressive, skill development. We also want to encourage the mental side of the game, how you make smart plays, how you're a part of a team play, and how you as a team execute and finish on those plays and opportunities. Certainly we need to score more goals. And so those are details that today in practice we talked about, worked on extensively, exactly what you're commenting on.
We're visiting with Coach John Hamry, talking a little bit about things that we'd all like to see start happening for the team. Obviously, there have been very, very close battles against very, very good teams. And the next question I want to throw at A.J. Degenhardt's direction here. A.J., we talked about you playing Austin quite a bit and Brookings quite a bit, and the records being, where they're at as the top 2 teams in the Central Division. Coming up, we've got Janesville, who's gone through quite a skid recently, and then Minot following that, which last year struggled big time in terms of their record. They have come across a few wins here recently. They're starting to play some of their best hockey, but do you see these as huge opportunities for us to kind of start gathering some points to make a rush for at least that 4th spot and really have, the guys really thinking, hey, this is a playoff team. We can be a playoff team. Is that something you think is big, these upcoming 2 series?
I would say we go into every weekend as an opportunity to gain points in the league, and if you look at the standings and the results these last few weekends, you look at Minot, for example, that was down toward the bottom. They just beat, who was it the other weekend? I think it was Austin this last weekend in a shootout. So, I mean, any team on any given night can get a win in this league. It's very competitive, and if you look at, that's one of the rigors of junior hockey, is it's a 60-game season and you're playing good competition every night. So we look at every weekend as a new opportunity, and don't like to get too far ahead of ourselves. We focus on Friday, then we focus on Saturday and take them one at a time. So obviously it's a good opportunity, knowing who we're going up against this coming weekend. We had a couple battles with them here not too long ago, and it's going to be a good challenge and a good test for us.
Now, I understand that we've recently made a transaction. Cam Bleck, according to the Point Streak rosters, is a guy that you worked with. He's from Lake Forest, Illinois, and he's going to be coming in from Topeka. The things you like about him coming in, it looks like he's put up a few points, and he scored a goal against the Chill at the showcase. Tell me your thoughts on him.
Cam's an interesting character. Great kid. He's a little guy, but he's a guy that's 5'7", 165 pounds, and if he goes into the corner with a guy that's 6'3", 225, he's going to come out with the puck every time. Yeah, having him the last year and knowing him from the program I was with the year before, he's a guy you know what you're going to get every night. He brings speed to the table. He brings skill to the table. He brings a lot of tenacity. He's not a guy that's ever going to shy away from the game when it gets hard. He's a guy that will get down in front of a puck and block it, and he's got a little bit of a scoring touch too. So I think the fans will like him here. I think he'll like the style of play that he brings to the table, and I'm looking forward to getting him here. I know I've talked with John. We've talked about him quite a few times early, and the opportunity arose, and I think he's a guy that's going to help this club out. So.
AJ, talk about the power play development a little bit. I thought, and I think Rick would agree, I thought it's coming along. It seems like the movement was a lot better, especially behind the boards, as opposed to getting that one shot and done. I mean, what are you guys working on in practice to really get these guys in sync for that type of game?
Well, a little bit of everything. Working on the X's and O's of it, working on getting pucks to the net, working on getting traffic to the net. Yeah, you talked about it a little bit. Last couple games, I think the puck's starting to move better. I think the opportunities have been there. It's just bearing down and getting the puck to go in, and sometimes you need a little luck, a couple bounces for that to go your way, and I think right now we haven't really got those. But I think we're starting to do better things. I think the grade A chances off the power play are starting to go up, and I think over time it's going to come, hopefully sooner than later, but the guys are doing good things and learning. So.
How happy are you with the defensemen in general? I think right now, from my perspective, it might be your strongest category as far as depth on the team. They're pretty consistent for the most part. They're not afraid to take shots from the point. And I tell you what, Derek Smith and Sean Lang have been really impressive in my opinion. I know you guys don't want to single guys out, but as a unit, I think they're coming together pretty well.
No, they're definitely a couple of young guys that have stepped up very early for us and done good things. So I can't say enough about them. I can't say enough about the entire team. I guess the D as a whole, they've been working hard back there and steadily improving. Numbers-wise, obviously we'd like to give up a few less a game, but I think that's a little piece of the entire thing. So forwards, D, goalies, everything. But guys are doing good jobs back there. They're getting much better, improving steadily day by day, and we're learning a lot of good lessons here early on. So we're putting ourselves in a lot of situations where we're learning from things, and it's going to serve us well as the season progresses. So.
Getting some good insight from the coaches, Coach Hamry, Coach Dagenhart. Next segment, we're going to talk with players. We have Garrett Hendrickson in the house. It's Garrett Hendrickson, not Henderson, too, by the way, Scotty.
Hey, I said Hendrickson.
I know, just
You're
you know
killing me, man.
You know what I do.
Hey, I'm distracted. I see a big thing of wings over there, and then some guys waving a kids menu over there. I don't know which one I'm getting, the bucket of wings or the kids
Andy
menu.
Faust is in the house as well, and we'll also talk
hysteria
with Jesse Trudinick. Nicole Noy has some goodies to give away. Nicole, are you about ready to visit with some of the great people here at Buffalo Wild Wings?
I think so. I've been kind of scoping out the place.
Things. I know. I see there's a table full of guys over there. That's where you're going to go first. I'm certain of that.
Is the Badger game as bad as it looks like right now?
Right.
I don't watch basketball.
I don't either.
Timmy's not.
Hush your mouth, Scotty. Basketball, we don't talk about that.
College hockey's on NBC Sports Network right now.
We'll be back with more of the Coaches Show right here from Buffalo Wild Wings on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Hey, I just saw you. Dish me maybe. Ping me top post. It's goal, baby.
Rick and Scotty will return in a moment from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska on CRSN. Come join them. Scotty's got your first drink. Wishful thinking.
America's Best Value Inn and Econo Lodge in La Crosse, Wisconsin is the home of the Coulee Region Chill's guest opponents. Rooms are available with refrigerators, microwaves, coffee makers, free Wi-Fi, and continental breakfast. Mention the Chill's special daily, weekly, and monthly rates when you book your stay at the America's Best Value Inn and Econo Lodge in La Crosse, Wisconsin, where people stay by choice, not by chance.
Would you like to be the first to know before Quick Trip raises the price of gas by receiving alerts on your cell phone? To sign up, text KTKS to 75309. From there, you'll click on the link to choose your favorite Quick Trip store. You'll receive alerts before Quick Trip raises the price of fuel, and you'll receive other money-saving coupons too. So text KTKS to 75309 to enroll, or visit our website at quicktrip.com and click on Quick Trip Mobile. Message and data rates may apply.
Catch the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska each Wednesday night from 6 to 7 on CRSN.
If you're worried about somebody else's backyard too early in the summer, you might not have a nice green lawn in July.
Come on down for Buffalo Wild Wings Family Night, where the kids' meals are just $1.99. And you can kick back and be part of the show while you enjoy great food and drink.
Ooh, it's so good.
Rick and Scotty talk puck with the coaches, players, and opposition. Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. at Buffalo Wild Wings. Chill Coaches Show on CRSN.
Do you, Kasasa? Do you have the financial equivalent of a green thumb? If you Kasasa, you do. With Kasasa, I get to make things grow because it gives me money to help me save. My free checking account gives me massive interest that goes automatically into my saver account. Mix in nationwide ATM fee refunds, and the next thing, I've got a whole lot of green. So do you, Kasasa?
Don't just bank. Kasasa. Kasasa Cash and Saver. Only available at America's finest community banking institutions. Certain restrictions apply. See financial institution for details.
Kasasa. Now at Coulee Bank. Member FDIC.
Why'd we lose? Well, I thought we shut the lights out in the first two periods. In the third period, we just couldn't put the biscuit in the basket. We just couldn't put the stuffing in the turkey, or we couldn't even put the turkey in the oven. We couldn't put the car in the garage. We couldn't put the train in the station. We couldn't put the rod in the water, lightning in a bottle, the cat in the hat. I mean, that's really why we lost tonight. We couldn't put the cat in the hat.
Don't ever play Lady of Spain again!
The Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska. Now, back to Rick and Scotty.
Yes. Reasons for a loss. You heard the coach right there. Not our coach, not Coach Hamry, but we just visited with him as well as Coach Dagenhart.
I'm looking forward to stuffing a turkey next week, though.
It is. It's going to be stuffing a turkey. It's Thanksgiving time coming up. Unfortunately, for the guys we're about to talk to, they're going to have to be on the road during Thanksgiving. Such is the life of a hockey player. And Garrett Hendrickson going to join us first. And Garrett, you came over. Grab that microphone there. You came over towards the first part of the season here, playing over in Canada. Big difference between the British Columbia League and the North American Hockey League. Tell us the differences, if there are some.
The BC might be a little faster, more skilled.
Right up there, right? Yeah, right in there. There you go.
Yeah, the BC might be a little faster, more skilled, but I haven't seen too much of a difference so far. Kind of all seems the same. Like same hockey's the same game everywhere. So I think skill level's the same. Might be a little quicker up there, but so far seems not much of a difference.
Not a tremendous amount of difference. Now, you obviously put up great numbers in high school. You were a candidate for Mr. Hockey in Minnesota. And, obviously the numbers you put up there in the British Columbia Hockey League, very, very good as well. And recently for the Coulee Region Chill, you lead the team in assists, but you're starting to get on a little bit of a hot streak in terms of putting the biscuit in the basket, as we were just joking about a little bit ago. What do you think the difference is? Is just clicking, starting to get more chemistry together with your line mates?
Yeah, just feeling more comfortable around the guys I'm playing with, and just trying to go to the gritty areas when Coach tells us to get there, so things have just been going in.
Yeah, and Rick touched on it. You have 4 points coming out of the last 3 games, so a fantastic effort on your part, Garrett. Talk about, do you have a preference who you play with right now? The line with you, Lashenko, and Mack really seem to be very fast, very aggressive, and very opportunistic. Are you looking? Is that something that we're going to see in the future here, you think, or what's your opinion on that?
Well, that's Coach's decision, but I think the way we played the last 3 games, it'd be a good go-to right now, and I like playing with them. They're both good players, so yeah, I'd like to see that. And
your defensive mates, I keep bringing it up. I mean, it really seems like those guys really, especially when your line is out there, really see the ice very well from the point. Now, are you pretty confident with the decision-making back there? Because for the most part, they're setting you guys up for success offensively right now.
Yeah, they're getting the puck out when's needed to make us go do some offense. So, yeah, they're doing a good job back there.
Now, did you get to enjoy some wings yet? They're going to bring you different flavors of wings. Have you been to Buffalo Wild Wings before?
Yeah, I've been here, but we didn't want to eat before we talked, so we're going to...
Oh, that's good. See,
sounds
you
like
guys
us.
are polite guys,
Yeah.
I mean, we've done some shows here before where they're just not willing to wait. They're just stuffing their faces even while we're talking to them. But that's polite of you guys. What flavors did you go with? Do you know?
We got honey barbecue and medium.
Oh, there you go.
This
That'll
organization has a little bit more class than the last one, though, that we had. And we won't bring that up.
We won't bring that one up. No, absolutely true. So living here are you in Onalaska or La Crosse, or where are you staying with your billets?
Staying in Holman right now.
Oh, okay, you're in Holman.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. The community compared to Virginia and where you've been living before playing hockey, enjoying things, getting to know some people?
Yeah, I'm getting to know a lot of people around the town, and a lot of other guys live in Holman too, so we hang out a lot, and it's been good. I mean, small town too, kind of like Virginia, so I feel like I'm at home a little bit.
Yeah, well, I know I can speak for Scotty, and of course he really doesn't need anyone to do that, but you have really added a lot to this franchise. You're a lot of fun to watch, and kind of seeing you just get better and better every game, and that's really making the team better. So, again, we want to pass on some compliments, and now Scotty's going to speak for himself.
Yeah, hey, I just want to ask you, biggest cultural difference between the U.S. and Canada, eh?
I'd say just like slang and words. Like, I got made fun of for calling breezers pants, or they call them pants, and we call them breezers, so I'd say breezers, stuff like that. And the time zone was changed. It was 2 hours earlier there, so people back home, when I wanted to talk to them when I got done with practice, they're already like getting ready for bed. So it was a little different up there, and just like the money was a little different, and everything was, but it's nicer being in the U.S. for me.
Now, obviously, the team is a team. Everybody gets along as a team. Do you have certain guys you hang out with to spend your leisure time, and what do you like to do in the leisure time?
I think we're all pretty close. We all go to Max Zebros a lot, and like the whole team goes there, and we all just kind of watch TV, play Xbox, and hang out.
You play NHL?
Right now we've been on Madden since it's still in the little football season.
Oh, yeah. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. What do you think? A game and tournament for the team? Do you think we could put a tournament together?
Oh.
Jesse knows about tournaments. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on when we talk to him. But you'd be up for that, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Garrett, thanks so much for coming down here. Go ahead and dig in. We're going to talk to Andy next here. Andy, if you want to take that headset and give him the microphone there, we'll talk to who I have dubbed the Faust Master. We had the Fest Master for Oktoberfest here at the game on Monday. It was the Fest Master and the Faust Master. And Andy playing some great hockey. You're from Stillwater, played at Hill Murray. Guys, sectional champs. Then you move on and play for the Austin Bruins last year for a few games. 10 to be exact. You had 5 assists in the game. Talking to Jimmy Lillidahl, their broadcaster, he's like, I don't know how we didn't keep Andy Faust here in Austin. Their loss, our gain. We're glad to have you here.
Even his cat was upset about it.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, the high school number's great. 11 goals, 27 assists, 38 points in 25 games, and then you had the 5 assists there with the Bruins. You have been somebody who recently has really started to blossom. Mm-hmm. What do you think the change is? Not that you weren't playing well before. The defense has always been there. Great back checking. All the things that a hockey fan loves to see in a gritty player. But, I mean, what's the mood change, or what's the difference here as far as how you're playing?
I don't know. I guess for my line in particular, I think the puck shifts started going in the net. I think the first couple games we've had chances, and the puck just wasn't finding the back of the net. But recently, my line's been finding the back of the net and starting to click a little bit.
Was playing the Austin Bruins on Monday night, did you, obviously you want to win every time you go out there on the ice, but there seemed to be a little extra chat after each and every bit of contact, especially back in the corner there, when you absolutely slapped them up against the boards in a clean way. You get a little more fired up for Austin?
Yeah, I think I became good buddies with a lot of the guys they had on the team last year, and I think we're still pretty good buddies with a couple of guys. So obviously it's fun to get on the ice and chirp a little bit with them, but it's just heat of the moment. You get kind of fired up and you say some stuff, but after the game we're all buddies.
Yeah, Andy, talk about your line that you play with. With Travis Underwood is another guy that's really starting to catch fire. I mean, how are you helping him learning to develop into this league with your experience?
I don't know. I think just try to stay positive with them and keep encouraging my line mates is a big thing. And when the puck starts finding the back of the net, it's always nice. And I think he's been finding the back of the net pretty well here. And we just had a pretty good weekend, I think.
Now, I don't want this to sound awkward because this is a kind of a guy's show, but I love how you play. Like Rick said, you're very
get ready.
You're very gritty, and you're one of those guys that just never stops. Okay, so I just want to tell you that. Okay, I don't have your poster on my wall or anything. There's no anything awkward going on here.
He might try to buy your jersey at the end of the season.
Yeah,
though.
I've tried that before, and it never works for some reason. Usually there's some kind of pink slip on the door, too, at the same time.
You're building now. Get to the crescendo.
All right. Well, I guess, do you feel that you and Eddie Matsushima maybe are the most unorthodox players on the team as far as your style?
I don't know. I guess I just try to go out there and play with sandpaper. That's what I call it. A little grit, a little intensity.
Grit's
but,
good.
I don't know if that's unorthodox, but that's just my game. That's just how I play, I guess.
Okay, Rick, I'm done now. You go.
You're,
go
okay,
ahead.
we'll
go ahead.
Now
right.
we're going to talk a little video games with you, too. Are you a guy who likes to game it, a little NHL from time to time, or is that not on your radar?
I dabble a little bit. I'm not the best, but I do what I can.
What do you like to do for fun? I mean, are you a hunter? What do you get into? What's your leisure activity?
I don't know. I kind of just like hanging out with the guys.
Favorite TV shows?
How I Met Your Mother's right up there.
All right, you like that? All right.
Show.
Yeah, you had that ready to go. So that's one you like a lot. Anything else that you watch on TV?
NCIS.
Okay, all right.
Big fan of that show. Right now with the lockout, it's kind of hard to find good stuff on, but
NBC Sports Network has college hockey on now, which I thought was pretty sweet.
That's great. I'm glad that they're doing that.
Yep.
Is there a place you want to go play college hockey? Obviously, everyone's shooting for D1, but there's some great D3 schools too. Is there some place that you have set in your mind that would be the ideal place you'd like to go next?
Right now, I don't really have anything permanently etched in my brain, but my brother's at West Point, and I always thought it'd be kind of cool to play with my brother. I played with him a little in high school, but I think it'd be cool to play with him at the college hockey level too. But right now, I'm just focused on playing hockey for the Coulee Region Chill and trying to get some W's.
Well, you're doing a great job. Great addition to the team. We look forward to watching each and every game and getting to call the action. So, Andy, obviously, a nice job here with the interview and nice job with the Coulee Region Chill.
All right, thanks for having me.
You mentioned brothers. Well, we, of course, know Jordan Tredinnick, but now Jesse Tredinnick with the Coulee Region Chill, and obviously he is very excited to be a part of the hometown franchise, and there's some pressure that comes with that, being the hometown guy. I tell you what, you got a lot of fans in the stands rooting for you, and I think everyone is extremely and pleasantly happy with the way things have gone for you. Obviously, you put up huge offensive numbers in your high school career. The role with the team a little bit different, in the lineup all the time, out there crashing and banging, playing a physical side that we didn't see so much in high school. Doing a great job on penalty kills, doing a great job back checking. I mean, these are things that I think you're being most known for with the Coulee Region Chill here in the early part of the season. Give us your take on how things have gone with the Chill so far.
They've gone well so far. I feel my role definitely has changed since high school. I was definitely a goal scorer and kind of a go-to guy, as most of the guys in our team are.
Kind of a goal scorer.
Yeah.
Just kind of? All right. Anyways.
Those numbers were crazy like Garrett's over here.
Yeah. But definitely for the Chill, I'm trying to do a little more physical play and blocking shots.
Lots of that in Monday night's game. I saw a few of them. Are you taking more lumps playing that way? I mean, as far as I know, you haven't sat out because of any injuries.
No, it's been fine. I blocked quite a few shots this year, so I haven't had any injuries, but I've been doing fine.
Yeah, no, definitely been doing fine, and we talk about the role being just a little bit different. Now, your brother, obviously a well-known hockey player here in the Onalaska area, playing for the Hilltoppers, going down to play at State, and then playing with Owatonna, and then eventually going to the Janesville Jets, and now playing at Stout. Do you keep in contact with Jordan? Has he been kind of an influence on going to the style that you've been going, or is it just kind of the way things have gone because of the team needs right now?
He's definitely been an impact in junior so far. As of every year with my first years in high school, he's always been there to help me. I actually went to his game last night, watched him a little bit, and talked to him afterwards. He's kind of changed his style too with he's back to forward now. So yeah, he's kind of been asking me for a little help on forward since he's been playing defense the past 2 years. So we definitely talk quite often.
Jesse, how much are you enjoying being on the penalty kill. It seems like you're one of the main guys in that rotation. And, you know, Rick talked about your change in style. You seem to relish the role from what I can see. You're aggressive. You know, you're not afraid to get in front of people, that's for sure. And like Rick said, you know, man, what happened to the Tim Ebner flak jacket? That thing's gone, dude.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of set my game to be a penalty kill player this year. I've taken pride in blocking shots, and we kind of struggled earlier in the year, and definitely the showcase with allowing power play goals for the other team. So it's been nice being able to step in and take charge somewhat in the penalty kill and helping out the guys with blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, and you talked about how your brother transitioned being a defenseman at Janesville. I mean, what did he talk to you about when you first learned you were going to come into this league and possibly not being accustomed to scoring as often as it used to? What kind of conversations were those?
He just told me not to. It's definitely a harder league, much more physical, and obviously I'm not the biggest guy, and he warned me about that. But he told me my speed is a weapon just because I have a little more quickness than some guys in this league. So if I can get around them and not allow them to lay the body, that I'm definitely going to be able to make an impact.
I did you see you at the Y quite a bit in the off season though, so I know you've been working on that stuff.
Yep, definitely.
So do you make up for it with the Xbox game and then the scoring of the
strong
goals?
fingers?
Yep.
Is that usually how it works?
I did a little training on the Xbox this summer. Yeah.
So I know. We threw down some NHL during the summertime there, and you did pretty well in that tournament.
Well, you did.
Now we're
I
counting.
didn't last long.
Yeah,
this
you
year.
didn't last long.
That's not normal.
We're counting on you to help get the guys together for maybe an NHL tournament before the season's end. You willing to help us with that?
Oh, definitely. I'll try to get the guys over. Maybe.
All right.
Back to the Frankie.
We'll get them down in the Bears Den again. We'll get it set up. We'll rock a big tournament. That'll be fun.
Definitely, yeah.
Jesse, as always, man, it's great to talk to you, and obviously we're loving what we're seeing, and we can't wait to see more. Next homestand fans, you got to come out and check out Jesse Trudinick, JT2 as we like to call him, and watch his style. It's been really, really good to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Dig into some Wings. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Mike Hammett, the voice of the Janesville Jets, the upcoming opponent that the Chill will be playing this Friday and Saturday nights.
Rick and Scotty will return in a moment from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska on CRSN. Come join them. Rumor has it that Rick is going to show off his rendition of Gangnam Style. Yikes.
Everything we do is to bring you back. Our Tot Spot makes shopping fun for you and the kids. Our signature meats like burgundy pepper spoon roast, ribs on a stick, and Oktoberfest bratwurst make meal prep a snap. Plus, our spectacular deli takes eating at home to a whole new level. Festival's Boomerang Theory. Innovation to bring you back.
Great stuff for not a lot of money. Festival Foods.
Would you like to be the first to know before Quick Trip raises the price of gas by receiving alerts on your cell phone? To sign up, text KTKS to 75309. From there, you'll click on the link to choose your favorite Quick Trip store. You'll receive alerts before Quick Trip raises the price of fuel, and you'll receive other money-saving coupons too. So text KTKS to 75309 to enroll, or visit our website at QuickTrip.com and click on Quick Trip Mobile. Message and data rates may apply.
America's Best Value Inn and Econo Lodge in La Crosse, Wisconsin is the home of the Coulee Region Chill's guest opponents. Rooms are available with refrigerators, microwaves, coffee makers, free Wi-Fi, and continental breakfast. Mention the Chill's special daily, weekly, and monthly rates when you book your stay at the America's Best Value Inn and Econo Lodge in La Crosse, Wisconsin, where people stay by choice, not by chance.
Like a puck flying across the ice, Beaver Builder Supply has a fleet of trucks to deliver your building supplies at warp speed. Looking for roofing or siding? Thinking of a new garage or window replacement? Beaver Builder Supply is your solution store. If you have questions or for order pickups, we're located in Holman, right on Highway 53. Don't burn your time wandering around a big store. Come to Beaver Builder Supply for immediate top-flight service and quality supplies. Go Chill!
Founded by Tony Zach in 1999, Empire Development has been the area leader in home remodeling and repair.
Is it time for a residential or commercial remodel? Check out empiredevelopment.com or come into our newly remodeled showroom in Onalaska. There you can see our products and meet our on-staff interior designer.
Hi, I'm Katie, the interior designer at Empire Development. I would love to help you design your dream remodel.
Like us on Facebook or check us out at empiredevelopment.com.
The goal in hockey is to score a lot of goals. Soccer is played on a field where you score goals. Field goals are what you score in basketball when you go on a run. Runs are what you score in baseball, which is played on a field. Field goals are also scored in football when you can't score a touchdown, which is the main goal. So, if you score a lot of goals in hockey, you've achieved your goal of scoring a lot of goals. And that's your main goal. Okay, let's hit the showers.
The Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska. Now, back to Rick and Scotty.
Yes, welcome back to the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings, where it is family night. $1.99 for the kids off the kids menu. Good eats as always. Scotty and I love our food. I had the black and blue burger last week after the show was over. It was very, very tasty. Nicole, I'm sure that you're going to get something to eat tonight, right?
Oh, most definitely.
You still have a few more things to give away. You have any more of those family 4-packs?
I have one more family 4-pack, 2 T-shirts and a hat yet.
There you go. Nicole Noy, she's here. She's giving stuff away. You too can get free swag if you come on down here to Buffalo Wild Wings, get some good eats, some good drinks. Let's welcome in a friend that's joined us for these coaches shows before. He's the voice of the Janesville Jets. Mike Hammett joining us via telephone. How you doing tonight, Mike?
Doing good. I was wondering where you guys were at tonight.
We're at Buffalo Wild Wings. I wish you could smell the food in here right now. Are you there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm here. It's pretty loud there. I can hardly hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll try to speak up as best I can. We got you on via cell phone here from a nice, busy restaurant. Let's talk about the Janesville Jets. You've lost 6 in a row. Last win came in overtime against the Coulee Region Chill. And you do lead the season series, though. You won both those games. Of course, one of those being in an overtime winner by Jason Ford 13 seconds into that Saturday night game. You guys are 7-10-3. What have you liked from the Janesville Jets this season, and what things do you think the team needs to work on, Mike?
Well, one of the problems we've had is we just are in a scoring drought. That the team hasn't been scoring very well. I mean, it's so many other things along the way. We've had sickness, we've had injuries, we've had guys move up to the USHL. It's a number of things, and one of the things we lost Austin Veith, who was the heart and soul of this team. He was moved up to, I believe it was Waterloo in the USHL, and he was the one who made things happen on that top line, and so far I think his skates have really been too difficult to fill at this time.
Yeah, you talked about Veith, and you lose that 12-point production, also a +9 up there, Mike. And, you're looking for guys like Ford and Lemerod and guys like that to pick up the slack. I mean, do you think it's progressing?
Well, I'm really not sure. We've got a couple kids that are in here that are very good hockey players. We're just having a hard time finding the net. I mean, back on Friday night when we were at Jamestown, we played pretty well, but what it came down to was one bad line change in overtime. And that's, Brock Couch was fantastic the whole game, but we didn't help him out in overtime. And then Saturday night, guys couldn't get anything in the back of the net till the third period. And by then, Jamestown was already up by 5. So, been very inconsistent, I guess you could say.
Well, you had good performances by Jordan Himley last time. Scored a couple of goals, got an assist, 3 points, a +2 against the Chill. And then you also had a good performance by Jason Ford. Ruslan Padan has been good, the kid that came from Russia, played, I believe, with Springfield last year. And Dan Litchke played pretty well against the Chill last time. But I noticed some new names on the roster. You mentioned that Austin Veith ends up going to USHL, but I noticed that you guys have a couple of guys coming in. One of them comes from USHL, and that's Jason Reynolds. He was playing with the Youngstown Phantoms from De Pere, Wisconsin. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Well, he played a couple games here for us. I believe it was the last homestand he was here. Looked like a pretty good player. I know the team's interested in him, and I think it might be at this point just maybe one of those wait-and-see things with him, see how his high school season pans out. But He did a pretty good job while I was here. We had a number of guys that were sick. We had guys that were out of the lineup due to injuries, and we had another player who had gotten called up. So, to get a couple of those guys, as you mentioned, like Jason Reynolds, had to come in here in an emergency situation and, got an opportunity to play. I mean, it's probably only going to help them somewhere along the way, but we'll see how he pans out. I mean, he's a good player, comes from a great program. Notre Dame Academy has been one of the top programs in the state for quite a while now, and they just keep producing blue chip hockey players.
This 6-game skid that the Jets are on, does it have anything to do with spending a little too much time in the penalty box? Just looking at some names of guys that you don't normally see getting the penalties. 18 penalty minutes for Brett Bauza the last 5 games, 18 for Zach Diamantoni in the last 5 games, and it's just something that seems a little uncharacteristic, including Ruslan Padan with 16 penalty minutes. Is it been that one of those things that they're trying to work on?
You just cut out for a second. Give me the question again.
Penalty minutes, are they the big issue, Mike?
Yes. We seem to have been taking some penalties at bad times. It's gotten a little bit better, but this team has been working hard on staying out of the box. And early in the season, it really hurt them at times, but it's been a little bit better. Still a work in progress, though.
Last time we saw Austin Preben, net big goaltender, 6'3", 206, played well against the Coulee Region Chill. But I noticed that Brock Kautz has been the guy that's really been between the pipes in most cases. I think Kautz was with Owatonna back a couple of years ago, so he's an experienced netminder. Who do you expect to play in this weekend series? Mike?
Well, Brock Kautz, I believe, is the number one goaltender. Brock Kautz on Friday night played extremely well. While the Jets weren't able to manage a whole lot of offense and spent most of the second period in the penalty box, Jets were outshot 16-3 in the second period in Friday night's game at Jamestown. Brock Kautz was fantastic. Like I said, he got hung out to dry in overtime on a bad line change, and we ended up losing that game. But on Saturday, Jamestown came at him pretty good, and before the Jets could really get anything going, they were down by 5. So Coach Dibble decided to make the move and put Austin Preben. And Preben played the third period. He played very well. I don't know exactly what the plans are for this weekend, but I think goaltending tandem, I think the Jets got a pretty good situation here with both of them, because I think both of them push each other enough to get better. And when they get in there, they both make the most of their opportunities. Austin Preben settled in pretty nicely here. So we know this is a goaltender who's very good, but he's finally able to settle in a little bit now since he's moved here, and it's starting to show in his game, I think.
Mike, are you in another country tonight?
What's that?
Nothing. There seems to be a massive delay between when we speak and when you answer. I was just curious if maybe you were in another country and that was the reason for the delay. The laugh came right after it, though.
Yeah,
that was
there you
good.
go.
Mike, as always, we appreciate you filling us in on what's going on with the Janesville Jets. We'll see you on Friday night.
Okay, buddy, I'm going to get you all hooked up right now here at the rink, and give a shout-out to my guy, Eddie Matsushima there. He's a pretty wonderful kid.
Excellent. We'll let him know you said hello, and I'm sure that he's checking out the show tonight. We appreciate it, as always. MJ Hammett, otherwise known as Mike. Don't call him MC Hammett.
Don't call me late for dinner either.
All right, go get some. There you go. Now, before we take a quick break here, I did want to talk to Nicole. Nicole's going to join us here for the last segment, too. You've got a couple more things to give away here. You got a CRSN hat, and you got a couple of T-shirts, correct?
Yep, and a pack of tickets,
You got a family 4-pack of tickets, Coulee Region Chill tickets, a family 4-pack for you. I know
maybe
that she'll
we
be walking
maybe
around.
we can win MJ a new cell service.
Yeah, maybe we can.
Let's do that.
Maybe we can do that. We'll be back with our final segment here. It's the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Hey, I just saw ya. Dish me maybe. Ping me top post. It's goal, baby.
Rick and Scotty will return in a moment from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska on CRSN. Come join them. Scotty's got your first drink. Wishful thinking. These people are having fun.
They are giving away another letter for the super secret mystery concert that happens after 8 o'clock.
And they're actually at work.
To American Idol. They are releasing the hits with Carrie Underwood, Daughtry, and Kelly Clarkson today. So go check that out. Here's JoJo, Too Little Too Late.
They have a job they've always dreamed of.
All American Rejects with Dirty Little Secret. I don't have any dirty little secrets, or do I?
Radio broadcasting is a dynamic, exciting, and rewarding career, and you can get it started right here. Radio 1 Broadcast School in La Crosse is where you'll get the training, the knowledge, the experience, the studio time, and the confidence to be on the air. And the best part is, you'll do that all in just 7 weeks. Affordable tuition, GI Bill is accepted, and another class starts soon. Call us at 800-889-2221 or online at radio1school.com. That's radio1school.com. Radio 1 Broadcast School. Your new radio career starts right here. Catch the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska each Wednesday night from 6 to 7 on CRSN.
If you're worried about somebody else's backyard too early in the summer, you might not have a nice green lawn in July.
Come on down for Buffalo Wild Wings Family Night, where the kids' meals are just $1.99. And you can kick back and be part of the show while you enjoy great food and drink.
Ooh, it's so good.
Rick and Scotty talk puck with the coaches, players, and opposition. Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. at Buffalo Wild Wings. Chill Coaches Show on CRSN.
Do you Kasasa? Do you have the financial equivalent of a green thumb? If you Kasasa, you do. With Kasasa, I get to make things grow because it gives me money to help me save. My free checking account gives me massive interest that goes automatically into my saver account. Mix in nationwide ATM fee refunds, and the next thing, I've got a whole lot of green. So do you Kasasa?
Don't just bank. Kasasa. Kasasa Cash and Saver. Only available at America's finest community banking institutions. Certain restrictions apply. See financial institution for details.
Kasasa. Now at Coulee Bank. Member FDIC.
All right, today I want to talk about our defense. The best defense is an offense, and the best offense is a defense. The reason why offense is the best defense is because in hockey, the team that scores the most wins. And if our offense outscores their offense, they'll be defenseless. Their defense might be able to stop our offense, but it can't stop our defense, because when we're on defense, they have to be on offense. And if we have an offensive-minded defense, there's no way they can defend us. Now, I don't mean to be defensive, but some of you might find this offensive. We're going to call our defense our offense, and our offense our defense. That way, we'll remember to use our defense as an offense, and our offense as a defense against their offense. And that'll totally confuse them. Okay, let's go out and play some hockey.
The Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska. Now, back to Rick and Scotty.
Welcome back to the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings. Coaches are joining us again here in a moment. Nicole Noy is also with us for the last segment of the Coaches Show. There will be no Coaches Show next Wednesday. Team going to be traveling to Minot on Thursday bright and early. It's a nice 12.5 hour, if not longer, trip out to the Great White North, right next to Canada there, eh? And it's going to be easier for everyone around Thanksgiving time, hunting season. We figured, hey, we'll take a week off, but then we'll be back in action again the following Wednesday. All right, Coach Hamry, Coach Dagenhart joining us here. In the last segment, I want to talk a little bit about your take on the NHL lockout and how it impacts other hockey leagues, such as the North American Hockey League, the AHL, and other leagues in general. Do you think it helps, or do you think it hurts hockey in general when the NHL is in a lockout?
Well, there's both sides of the coin to look at. Certainly the pinnacle of hockey, the National Hockey League, draws hockey interest, hockey fans, and people are talking hockey. So it certainly hurts people that love hockey. They don't have that pinnacle level to watch, and so not as much hockey is being talked.
Right.
the other side of the coin is that the other leagues certainly there are outlets to see outstanding hockey played. Our league, our level is tremendous speed, tremendous hockey. Kids that are right on the cusp, on the verge, could very easily be playing college hockey this year. They're honing their skills. They're playing at a high speed and strength. And so it gives fans and people that love hockey a chance to see other leagues and follow the game through those venues. So both sides of the coin. Certainly you'd like to see the National Hockey League figure out their issues, and let's get back on the ice.
When you're watching NHL hockey, do you have a favorite team? Is it the Minnesota Wild, or is there somebody maybe you went to when the Minnesota North Stars went away?
The Hartford Whalers.
No, Scotty, how did you know?
Is it the Hartford Whalers?
Growing up, I have an old green
just
corduroy hat.
Oh, that was
I
a
have
pretty
green
good guess.
Corduroy hat with the blue Hartford Whalers logo on it.
One of the best logos ever.
One of the most
logo.
annoying goal songs of all time, too.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah, I was certainly growing up a North Star fan. When they moved, certainly followed the Dallas Stars for a bit. Really have been a New Jersey Devils fan. Just really respect how they build an organization. Lou Lamoriello, Jacques Lemaire was an absolute treat to listen on the radio and watch his Minnesota Wild teams play. And I just loved listening to his post-game interviews. You'd glean, a nugget of wisdom, but certainly like the Wild now. And
more wisdom than you get from Scott and Rick, right?
Not much. I've listened to your post-game recaps on the web. You get a lot from your wisdom. I'm learning a lot.
AJ, what's your NHL squad? I'm hoping you're going to say it's the same squad as mine, but let's see.
I would actually say a couple of good buddies that are still playing, so I want to see those guys succeed. So,
okay.
Burrish was with Chicago back when they won it, so that was a fun time. And,
yep.
Tom Gilbert actually is now with the Minnesota Wild, so he's one of my better buddies. I'll probably be watching him a bit this year. But I got to share a funny story since we're talking the Whalers. My scored season, actually, one of the dads had a Whalers jersey and hat, and everybody on the team absolutely hated the Whalers. And the deal was, if we won the state championship that year, that we'd be able to burn the jersey and the hat.
Wow. Actually burn it, huh?
Winning it that year, and he threw the Whalers hat out on the ice. We picked it up, and in the parking lot after, had a little celebration around it. So I'm not much of a Whalers fan, but I don't know. I like to see the guys that I know that are still playing and support them and see them do well. So.
Well, and you have a legitimate reason for the teams that you like, guys you played with. That's always the way to go. I mean, I grew up in Chicago, so I'm a Blackhawks fan. I miss it. I love watching the games, listening to them. I have the NHL in my truck, and now I'm hearing nothing but, there would have been a game here, but there's not a game. And let's hope that we can get an answer beginning of next week, and then maybe they can drop the puck starting December 1st. At least that's what rumor has it is going to happen. But I don't think if it doesn't happen by next week, I have a feeling we're not going to have an NHL season, and then that trickle down can affect everything in the popularity of the sport, as John was mentioning. I mean, it really can affect the following, and let's hope that doesn't happen.
John, a question for you, being a personnel guy and general manager of this team. How do you feel about, say, a guy in charge with certain guys that you know, they're your guys. I mean, that's your team. But, with the lockout going on, they're maybe risking injury going overseas to play, where they have an opportunity to play hockey. I mean, how do you feel about that from a personnel standpoint?
At the National Hockey League level?
Yes, you're putting your GM pants on in this one.
Yeah. Well, certainly those players carry fairly significant insurance policies on their careers and contracts. So from the player's perspective, they're well insured. Obviously, from a team building perspective, you don't want to risk any injury. Their contracts are all laden with clauses: no motorcycle riding, no snowmobile riding,
Kellen Winslow,
no walking within 3 body lengths of the sidewalk of a 4-lane boulevard. I mean, the contracts are very specific at that level relative to away from team, off ice, non-athletic type of activity while under contract to a team, and you worry about significant injury. Personnel also want to maintain conditioning levels, maintain puck skills, maintain playing skills. AJ was mentioning some good friends and a long-time friend and somebody I've known for a lot of years, Darby Hendrickson. I was spending some time in a cabin with late this summer, fall, was talking about in a previous NHL lockout he was still playing and spent time in Russia playing. And actually, he shared a couple of stories. One of his teammates, Russian teammates, asking him, "Why would you want to be here?" And he said, "What do you mean? This is where I'm meant to be. I want to experience the culture. I want to learn about one of my Russian teammates in the NHL, where he came from back home." In a really, really special, comment about learning about the world and hockey brethren and other cultures, respecting and appreciating. So lots of perspectives to look at that, and just you don't want to risk the career-sustaining injury that nobody wants to sustain.
AJ, question for you, going back to the Blackhawks now. You got some ties there. You talked about contracts. Can you find something out for me? Does Patrick Kane have a no limo riding clause in his contract?
In Buffalo, he can't ride cabs.
I don't know what the case is there, but it's probably best for him to stay out of the limelight in that sense. So.
One last thing before we wrap up the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings. The Minnesota Wild, they made the big deal to bring over Suter and Parise, but I've heard some stories and some rumors that maybe they actually couldn't pay those guys. So if they play, there might not actually be Parise and Suter on the Wild. Is there any accuracy to those comments, and where are people getting that from?
I honestly have nothing to contribute in that sense. I don't know what.
No, John, what about you? Have you heard any of those rumors?
I have not heard those rumors. No comment on specific, but those are two very special, obviously, players. And special people, good friends of. Ryan's a real good friend of AJ's from his college days. I had the privilege to coach him in the national team program, and just a first-class young man and gentleman, and an outstanding world-class player. So hopefully we get to see the NHL and those premier players at some point much sooner than later.
No Coaches Show next week, but we'll be back again here a week from next Wednesday. I want to wish happy Thanksgiving to all. I know you guys are going to be traveling to Minot, and we'll be following on Coulee Region Sports Network. We'll have the feed from Minot, as Ken Oda will have the call, so people can check in there. And, of course, they can always follow the Chill on FastHockey.com and get the video and audio.
Buffalo Wild Wings has Janesville games this weekend.
We will have the Janesville games this weekend here at Buffalo Wild Wings. They'll be on via Fast Hockey. Of course, you can come on down, eat some of your favorite food and some of your favorite drinks, and kick back and watch the Chill right here at B-Dubs in Onalaska.
I'll probably do that after a 10-hour day over there across the street.
All right, here come the violins. Yep. It's the end of the Chill Coaches Show.
No violins, just beer.
Thanks to Nicole Noy. Thanks to Timmy Cope for filming. Thanks to the coaches, Hamry and Dagenhart. Thanks to Garrett, Jesse, and Andy for coming on down to the show. This has been the Coulee Region Chill Coaches Show on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
This has been the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska. Check out the archive presentation of tonight's show and all webcasts on CRSN. Go to crchill.com and click on the CRSN logo. Coulee Region Sports Network, CRSN. Live, local, and hear it anywhere you can get the World Wide Web.